Welcome to Accelatis Ascension Suite Ad Hoc User Simulations for Hyperion. Without Accelatis Ascension Suite, user simulations are used very sparingly because they're painful, costly, and complicated. They typically require interdepartmental coordination, prior planning, and experts to interpret the results. Now you have a better way to get this done. The first thing to note is that with Accelatis, you get actual Hyperion load packages right out of the box, meaning there's no need to record your own user activity to start doing load generation. They've all been pre-recorded, and all of the client-specific information has been factored out. So in this quick example, we're looking at a 9.3 environment, and we've loaded the library that has some simple packages. They include financial reports, smart view packages, as well as HFM open forms. Also available to us are various planning activities, FDM activities, S-Base activities, and other Hyperion user activities. Right out of the box, all that you need to do is go into the various packages that you're interested in, and in this case we'll use financial reports, and it's as simple as changing client-specific information: username, password, and report name. So if we want to use sets of 20 credentials and 50 reports, it's easy to add those as various iteration parameters. Now all that needs to be done is to start the simulation. For our example, we're running financial reports at 100%. So this will run financial reports over time based on the user counts that we've selected and with the determined frequency. As you can see, it's running the reports, going through all the various steps, and as you can see, they're all passing. You can see how long it took and what your concurrency is. Dynamically, you can go in and change the mix of tests that you want to run. Statistically over time, it'll run them at the percentages that we add, but it's randomized, so we may see one or more of another as we go. So now we're running some HFM forms as well as some financial reports. As we go, we're going to just mix in a little bit of everything. Here we have our various tests running, and if we want to look at the detail, we can go in and see that every test has various steps that were taken along the way. So we're actually generating true synthetic transactions, simulating users doing things like logging onto Workspace, opening applications, selecting forms and reports, refreshing, and then logging out. And in some cases, we may even see errors. So in this particular case, we're seeing that for HFM Smart View forms, we got an error that said that a user cannot authenticate. That's because for HFM Smart View forms, in one or more of our iterations, we intentionally added a user that doesn't actually exist in HFM. So the simulation package will even pick up when there are errors in the tests or if there are problems with things timing out in your environment. As this is running in the background, we're going to jump over to the core Accelatis Ascension Suite, over to the activity analysis module, and we're going to see how Accelatis picks up this activity on the back end. With the user activity log, you'll see all the activity, whether it's coming through Accelatis Simulations module as synthetic activity or whether it's actual users out on the system running these actions. We just pulled in the last 30 minutes of data. We can zoom in and we'll relaunch our graph and zoom in again, and we can see this activity that we're generating in real time showing up here. So we can hover over an event to see more detail. We can see in this case that it's financial reports, that a user called Demo Admin opened up the GL income statement report, and in this case it took quite a bit of time. In this case it took 50 seconds to open up this report. We can see other activities that are taking just a few seconds or almost none at all. Those activities that were failing jump right out at us because they're highlighted in red to let us know there was a failure. So to summarize what you've seen, through Accelatis, not only can we very easily simulate activity right out of the box, so instead of taking weeks to use LoadRunner, in just a few seconds we were able to start the simulations client, enter in our customer-specific information, and start running our tests. And on the back end, the activity analysis module is picking up our information, and we're very easily able to view it in ad hoc mode. As you can see here, you can actually stream all this in real time and see the activity as it's happening. There are also various production reports where we can see transactional logs of what users are doing, or statistical reports to show the quantity and volume of various reports, to show things like the 20 slowest forms or the top 20 most accessed financial reports, things of that nature. This data can also be saved to a database, or we can save it locally right to Excel by exporting it right through this window. So further analysis can be done and various types of statistical reporting can be done right off of the raw data. Now, in addition to changing your test mix as you go, you can dynamically change your user count. So this tool can very easily be used to run ad hoc simulations, running a mix of tests, and getting real results. And as the tests are run, you can see that the user count is saved along with it. So as we do our reporting, we can differentiate response times that were executed at lower user concurrencies versus higher concurrencies, so we can get a real feel for how performance changes based on concurrency. In another video, we'll actually show how the load packages that we've created can be used in a more automated manner, where you can build profiles, run them in the background overnight or when your users aren't on the system, and have it track results over time. So the same profile can be executed over time to see how performance changes over time, to see if things are degrading that may allow you to proactively make some tweaks before they actually impact your end users. So what you've just seen in the Accelatis Ascension Suite Ad Hoc User Simulations for Hyperion module, that it's the easiest, most powerful way to do load testing for Hyperion. You get Hyperion load packages right out of the box. You can do multi-product simulations. You can run simulations right from your desktop whenever you want. You can see user activity, and you can truly understand your performance and your user concurrency impact.